the Erick situation, it was Erick going into the transfer portal and throwing a grenade on Twitter as he left and got out of there, talking about things aren't always the way they look and the way they seem. Tough look, I think. But I'll say this, the way that Michigan has done it this year, I don't think that there's a culture problem inside Schembechler Hall and inside that locker room. It just seems like you watch most of these guys talk about Jim Harbaugh and interact with him, and the way that these guys are behind the podium after the Big Ten championship, just clowning around. And even on Sunday morning, they're joking around. That's a loose group. I think the Erick situation might be just like a one-off situation. I don't want to say that he's wrong or any, he's probably got his stuff, but I don't think it's a collective thing here. I'm very confident in the culture inside Michigan's locker room and moving forward there.
It's tough to imagine that a team that's been roughly top 10 to 15 in the country and faced the kind of adversity Michigan did here in the last 2 years in terms of trying to slay Ohio State can have a culture problem and not just even play up to its talent level, but then, max it out. You got to have, you can't just have football players that are just playing at, their, a decent level. You got to have complete buy-in. You've got to have, and, that's his experience, and every place is not for everyone kind of thing. Yep. So I got to think, and obviously the highlight of his career, unless you can come up with another one, would have been the Penn State play.
And Michigan does it. And I have to give props, sorry to interrupt, but you have to give props to Erick Hall for that game. They don't win the Big Ten last year if he doesn't make that play, right? And we might not be standing here today talking about back-to-back Big Ten championships and beating Ohio State if he doesn't make that play. Tremendous kid. I have nothing bad to say about him. You just wish that he wouldn't toss that grenade and do that, because it seems that the only point that you're trying to make is to stir up drama leading into the biggest game of the year right now.